I'm supposed to do a short address on the youth and if we can birth change. Technical terminology, I do not chronologically fall within the youth bracket, but I've never been one to follow so much of the rules. So I'm a youth. I'm going to ask 3 questions really. Can the youth birth change? So I'm going to ask 3 questions. What is change? How do we birth change? And who can actually be the one to birth change? In simple terms, and not so simple terms, change means being able to take one thing and transform it to another, either from one state to another state. And a transformation just means, you take something from where it is to another. And it goes through a process where it becomes something else. I would not like to use the transformation agenda because unfortunately that's a bastardized term, I'm sorry. If you are a government apologist, I am not. So we will not be friends for this period because I may not say some things that you would like. Change essentially, like I said, it's going from one state into another where the things that obtain in the previous state do not obtain in the next state anymore. The next question is, how do we do that? You'd have to, first of all, the way you can birth change is to have to outline a process and a strategy to then go from this state where something is X and take it to where it is Y. Third question is, who are the people who can do it? People who can do it are the people who have recognized where the previous state, state A, what it is, and who have also recognized what state B is, and have identified the process through which you would have to go from A to B. Now, those people themselves, there's only one thing that's required of them: the mindset that's able to accept that there is a problem with state A, and the mindset that says, okay, look, we will do what it takes, this process A, B, C, D, E, to go from A to B. We do not have those people right now, unfortunately. Yes, we can. And yes, we will, if we are ready to do a few things. Now, I said the people who would be able to do this are people who necessarily have to have recognized state A. Now, that takes a vision. You've seen it. You've seen what it is. And then you've seen state B. You may not have seen it physically or touched it, but you recognize, okay, this is what state B is, and this is what is lacking in state A. What do you then need to do to take state A and make it state B? It's a mindset. So when I say that we cannot, or we do not have those people, we do not have the people with the mindset at this moment, unfortunately. We have them, okay, let me change that. We have them in little crops. I mean, Paul is a perfect example, and the National Youth Alliance is a perfect example, and a few other people I've discussed with are examples. But when you, and I don't want to castigate, but I'm going to use a number of examples based on things that we've seen here today. And the only reason I'm doing that, like I said, I don't want to castigate, but it's essentially to just point us to the fact that we have a clear and present danger among us. There are people who do not have that mindset. They do not have that thinking. Now, how do we get those people to have that thinking? Taiwo earlier on had said, we do need to have some process where people are trained. Patrick has said, and I think it's something that Niwa had also said, that there needs to be a process of education. Now, I'm not talking formal education, because if you have, I see that most people here are people who've either gone through one form of educational institution or the other, you find that formal education isn't exactly the solution to the problem. It's a good process, it's a necessary process, but it creates more problems than solutions eventually. What I'm saying is this: We need to have an educational process that changes people's mindsets, perceptions, and psyches. The truth of the matter is that until we start to recognize that I am the one who needs to start to change my thinking, my perceptions, my opinions about everybody else, we cannot have a change in anything at all. That is the first stage. Asari Dokubo says a lot of crap. But within the crap, there is some sense. I do not buy the argument. But they've not ever produced a president from their area of the country. You want to bring all manner of stuff to derail the person. Let's not go into whether the man deserves to have arguments against him or not, but as far as he's concerned, this is some measure of livelihood for his people. So that is some argument. Does it make sense? Yes. Is it the most sensible argument? Maybe not. It's arguable. But the point is, you need to be able to listen to him and then be able to educate him in ways that he would understand. That is where we need to learn to change our psyche. I know people who are enlightened, who would not listen to someone who is captured or given the tag of not being enlightened. And that is a problem because we are not in an enlightened against an unenlightened fight. We are not in a competition. We are in this together. If we say that we have this group of people and we look at them and say, no, they're different from us, so it's a problem, we will never get there. The only reason that we're all together is because we're all from different places anyway. So we're different from scratch, we're different ab initio. We understand that, we agree with that, so it's a base. We cannot change the differences. What we can do is to work with our differences to achieve a common goal. What is the common goal? We want to have a better country. I was talking to a group the other day and they asked, we're trying to do a caption for something, and I said to them, look, we're trying to find something that just captures what everybody, from the man on the street, the man who sells pure water, to the woman who's in the boardroom. Everybody wants a better life. I run a business. We spend millions of naira on diesel. It's ridiculous. When you compare what you would spend if you had a working NEPA to what you spend when you consume diesel unnecessarily, as far as I'm concerned, you know that everybody is suffering. You have people who run businesses, and the people, I know the majority of people in here, people who are on that other side, who at the 25th, between the 25th and the 30th, are waiting for that wonderful text message nowadays. You know, before it used to be a certain slip, but nowadays it's a text message that just says, oh yeah. In days gone by, you budget that, oh, I would have power within certain hours to certain hours. But nowadays, nobody has that, nobody knows. So that expenditure is increased. That business owner needs a better life because he wants to be able to sleep better.